Hello, welcome. This is Blockchainbloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Atala, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that UAE signs agreement for automatic exchange of crypto tax data, and more countries actually join this kind of agreement, which means they're going to share your data when it comes to taxing with your country. So it's important to talk about it because many people believe they can, avoid tax and all these kind of things if they getting into crypto, but more and more, countries joining this. Also, let's talk about that US lawmakers urge SEC to act on Trump's crypto retirement plan and what could this mean to the whole industry. Then we have companies, they building treasuries. Here's another example, crypto treasuries, Agriforce stock rallied after they decide to build a crypto treasury, and which cryptocurrency they're going to use, I'm going to also tell you in this video and many other things. So guys, don't forget, every single day I'm bringing you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchainbloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. Now let's do it. Well, after yesterday's dump, when about 1.5 billion US dollar were liquidated on the crypto market in a very short period of time, let's see the market. So Bitcoin is actually a little bit coming back, 113,043 US dollar, 0.5% up in the last 24 hours, almost 1% up. Ethereum with 4,194 US dollar. The top gainer is Ether 14% up. Then we have Avalanche 13% up, Montel 10% up. So some of the old started to move again. And losers, no big losers. Actually, meme core 6% down, DAXI 4 and P 3%. And when we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we can see that this is the weekly. So yesterday we went all the way down to 111,554 US dollar, and now we're back already to 13,200-ish, which means, that support level, for example, here at Ethereum, this 4,000-ish kind of worked perfectly so far. So we'll see, so far so good. Obviously, we have to, look at the market carefully. Actually, the only bearish thing I can see is that we're forming here a lower high, and higher highs are kind of important when we zoom out. Higher highs, higher lows, but it doesn't mean that it cannot really continue or something like that. But also don't forget that Q4 is still in front of us, and October is definitely the best month usually for Bitcoin, and Q4 in many cases it's pretty good for altcoin season. So this also can be, just a preparation. So far so good. Of course, if the conditions change, we have to act on it. But so far it's nothing, scary or something like happened. Okay, and now let's move on to the first topic. And the first topic is all about that now UAE signs agreement for automatic exchange of crypto tax data. And what does it mean exactly? So let's talk about it. So here we go. So we have here this one here. So they signed the agreement. So the United Arab Emirates Ministry of Finance said the government will roll out a framework in 2027 and be sharing information in 2028. So a couple of years to go. But basically, the UAE took a step towards aligning its digital asset policies with international tax standards by signing the multilateral competent authority agreement on the automatic exchange of information under crypto asset reporting framework. And with this, they joined the 50 other jurisdictions, or the countries that have committed to implementing CARF in the coming years, setting a stage for a global approach to crypto tax reporting. Countries including New Zealand, Australia, Netherlands have also committed to adapting the framework. So basically here you can see the list of the countries 51 with this. The recent one was UAE, as I just mentioned, but the majority signed it in November 2024. And basically, the reason why this is important, because people try to escape the countries so they, can avoid taxation when it comes to crypto. But we have to understand that if this industry is getting more and more serious, then definitely crypto tax would be extremely important for the countries. And always, UAE was a kind of thing that it's a crypto hub, and just to go there and then you just zero tax and all these kind of things. But for those who actually doing their job in their own country, even if they have company in Dubai, but what they do, the activity is happening in another country, they kind of have to pay tax in a way. And a lot of things changing also in Dubai. So what kind of licenses you need if you're in crypto? You have crypto license, you need this marketing license, you need this, a lot of things. So actually it's getting more and more difficult for those who would like to kind of escape, and they really have to understand what the regulations are, which countries, what are they doing. So I think this is an important thing, because normally you do everything, you pay your tax as usual. I mean, I hope the rest. But when it comes to crypto, they always think, especially those at the beginning who thought like, Bitcoin is anonym, and it's not. It's pseudonym. But, then they realize that, they still can, get me, even if I'm using Bitcoin. So, yeah, I think this is the important area to educate yourself about and understand how it's working, because if the world is going where it is going with cryptos, it's getting more and more serious, and the adoption is getting bigger, probably the regulations, all these kind of things will be more strict and available globally, the information about those who are in crypto. Okay, other thing I would like to talk about, US lawmakers urge the SEC to act on Trump's crypto retirement plan, and what this could mean to the industry. So now we have here 9 lawmakers. So the US lawmakers have called the SEC Chair Paul Atkins to help accelerate the executive order enabling crypto investment in US 401k retirement plan. And, this could be also big for the industry, because even if 1% allocation into the 9.3 trillion held in 401k plans could drive 93 billion US dollar inflows into crypto, which would be considerably larger than 60.6 billion worth capital that has flown into the spot Bitcoin exchange traded fund since launching in January 2024. So a lot of money went in that, but this could be major, even more, put it this way. And we're talking about if they put just the 1%. If we would talk about later the retirement plan, and it comes to 2, 3, 4%, these are just examples, then this amount will multiple. So I think this is also an interesting one, and the reason why they're urging, probably because they want the crypto industry to move. And other things, just like more and more companies coming up with pivot and building crypto treasuries. Here's another example. So here we have the new one, which is AgriForce, and its stock rallied after they announced that they're going to build an AVAX treasury. So AgriForce growing systems surged more than 200% at Monday, open after the agriculture technology company announced a pivot into AVAX digital asset treasury model. The company will rebrand as AVAX One and aim to raise $550 million US to build a treasury centered on Avalanche, the native token of the Avalanche blockchain. And we have here Anthony Scaramucci, who is actually now the strategic advisor for AVAX 1. So another example, we have strategy. They're focusing on Bitcoin treasuries. We have Tom Lee with Bitcoin. They're focusing on Ethereum treasuries. And there we have other companies, just like now AVAX 1, focusing on AVAX treasuries, and probably ETFs approval for many crypto spot ETFs will come also in autumn. So in Q4, so that could be another reason which can make Q4 nice. Okay, and finally, let's talk a little bit about how the inflows outflows look like and what are the chances at the next FOMC meeting for a rate cut. Okay, so just have a look, Bitcoin spot ETF, we had yesterday on the 22nd of September at $363 million outflow. Before that, usually inflows, and we're looking at Ethereum. Also, we had some inflows, and yesterday we had $76 million outflow. Just how the market usually reacts, the ETFs copy that as well. And still, the chance for October, almost 90% for another 25 basis point rate cut, and for September 73% for another 25% basis point rate cut, which means it could lead to finally at a 75 basis point rate cut until the end of the year, and this also can be helpful for the liquid and the risky market. So, but we will see how it plays out. Now we talking about September right now, the 23rd, and the next FOMC meeting will be at the 29th of October. So more than a month away. A lot of things can come. A lot of data, CPI, PPI, all these, and labor market data is coming out, which can have an impact on it. So we will see what's going to happen. But so far, this is how it looks like. Guys, don't forget, every single day, I bring you the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news here on Blockchain Bloom to keep you up to date. So if that's important, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. And of course, see you next one. Have a good one.